and welcome to Oakwell for today's First Division fixture between Barnsley and Luton Town. Both sides precariously placed, Barnsley firmly and fixed at the bottom of the table, with a chance though today to do themselves a world of good against a Luton side 2 places and 2 points better off. Barnsley enforced into changes today, and they line up with Lee Butler in goal, Mark Robinson at 2, Jamie Robinson at 3, Charlie Bishop at 4, Gary Fleming at 5, Wayne Bullimore 6, Wayne Biggins 7, making his home debut. At 8, Andy Rabble, 9, John Pearson, 10, Neil Redfern, 11, Owen Archdeacon, and the 2 Barnsley substitutes, Brendan O'Connell and Warren Godfrey. And the Luton side being Andy Petterson in goal, Des Linton at 2, Julian James at 3, Darren Salton at 4, Marvin Johnson 5, John Dreyer 6, Steve Claridge at 7, Chris Kamara, the ex-Phil Gray, formerly on loan at Barnsley while he was with at Tottenham, he's at number 9, David Priest at 10, Jason Rees at 11, Scott Oakes 12, and Damien Matthews at number 14. And Mr. Lupton gets the game underway, and it's Luton in the change strip of all blue who kick off, attacking the Kop end, and the linesman's flag quickly up against Steve Claridge, without inspirational Northern Ireland skipper at the back. Jerry Taggart have reshuffled the pack, and Jamie Robinson takes the kick. And it runs all the way through. Luton, though, half went and half didn't. And Petterson looking for Claridge. The ball drops and Kamara's on it. Plays it wide. And it's fired back across, but Rammel gets it and gets it to Redfern. Turns inside well. But strongly challenged by James. Played down, and there's Johnson getting it away. The ball breaks to Pearson, Bullimore, Archdeacon, Bullimore again looking for Rammel, and Darren Salton has to be sure and clears, throw into Barnsley. Archdeacon's gone forward to take it. And Barnsley compress quite a number of men up. And it's headed. Pearson hooked on and just past the post by Redfern. Promising start that for the Reds. It's Petterson clears his lines. Redfern's up. Robinson hooks it downfield. Johnson, though, clears his lines. Strong challenge, and James and Bullimore clatters in very late, and the referee's notebook's out already. Only 2 minutes of the game gone. And Wayne Bullimore finds his way into the referee's notebook. John Dreyer lining this kick up. And he plants it forward. And it's knocked on, and there's a chance as Phil Gray gets into the penalty area by Gary Fleming. Ball cleared. And Des Linton, but it's Biggins, Wayne Biggins going forward. It's through. Finds in the shot. Great goal! Wayne Biggins on his Barnsley debut. And what a tremendous goal! 3 minutes on the clock. And you don't get a better start than that. He went forward, he jinked past the Luton defence, and crashed the ball into the top of the net. Tremendous goal. Butler has to be sure. Cross came in from Jason Rees, and Lee Butler collects. Butler clears. Pearson to Archdeacon. Knocks it long. And Darren Salton is able to let it run out for a goal kick. And so Wayne Biggins, just 3 minutes into his home debut, crowns it with a superb goal. And that makes it 2 goals already, and this only his second appearance. Is he the answer to Barnsley's needs? And Mark Robinson forward, and Dreyer gets it back to Pettersson. The ball holding in the wind. And Bishop's up and beaten by Kamara. Claridge chasing after it, and Jamie Robinson wins the throw-in. Archdeacon. Pearson heads on, headed clear. Pearson again, head tennis at the moment, and Pearson leaning on Chris Kamara. Free kick to Luton. And it's taken, and it's Rees. Comes forward to Claridge, leading goal scorer this season. The man signed from Cambridge in the close season. 4 goals to his credit. But Redfern gets it away, but only to Rees. And his cross comes in, but Butler claims and hits it early. But really poor clearance. Nobody really much chance. And Rammel in hard there on Johnson. Foul given. There's a lot of balls flying about the pitch at the moment. I think they've got the original match ball on, and Priest takes it short. Cross comes in, headed down. Pearson battling away, and does well. Throw in though to Luton. Experienced man David Priest takes it, but it's headed clear, and Redfern heads it clear, and he's crashed into from the back. But he's up and running away. Julian James was the man coming in from the back. I'm not sure whether there's a bit of blood there, but Neil Redfern not taking any treatment. Butler's kick. Biggins gets it down for Bullymore. Back in, Biggins turns well. Cross comes in, well saved by Patterson. Good play again by Wayne Biggins. Seems to have the beating of his marker. Fleming heads it clear. And Archdeacon there, tussling with Steve Claridge, and it's a free kick to Luton, and the big men go forward. John Dreyer's up. Darren Salton's up. Marvin Johnson's up. A lot of height there. Ball comes in, cannons off Jamie Robinson, and it's the first corner of the game, and it goes to Luton, trying to get back on level terms. It's chipped in, and Kamara gets a touch on, but it breaks for Bishop. Barnsley trying to get men forward. And down, and Biggins given offside. Wayne Biggins just couldn't get it right. Charlie Bishop probably delayed the pass too long. And Johnson hammers it downfield. Cleared by Fleming. Julian James, cleared by Redfern. And barged over there, Biggins. I think he'll need some attention. Marvin Johnson into his back. And Biggins recovers. And so it'll be a free kick for Barnsley. Bishop to take. He fires it in. And it comes across. And the linesman's flag went up for offside when it clearly came off a Luton player. But Robinson runs the ball into touch. The referee, I think, better position for that. And he allowed play to go on. The ball had gone in and came out. Steve Claridge, I think, trying to say that the ball never came in play. Throw-in taken. Robinson gets past Priest. Tries to get the crossing. Comes back. Throw into Barnsley. David Priest, the Luton number 10, experienced man. And that's another throw into Barnsley as Priest again gets the foot in. And Mark Robinson to take. And that's a good long throw coming off Dreyer, and it's a corner to Barnsley. Barnsley will miss Jerry Taggart in these situations, but they've sent Jamie Robinson forward, and it comes all the way across, and Archdeacon's in, the ball bouncing about, and it's Redfern, and that took a deflection, and Petterson is out, Australian goalkeeper from Fremantle, and collects the ball. A promising start this by Barnsley, and they've already taken the lead. And a free kick there as Fleming in hard on James. But with the height in this Luton side, you can't afford to give too many free kicks away wide and in dangerous positions, and they've sent the big men up again. And Priest takes it, and it cannons off Archdeacon, and it's a corner. And the signs are in, and it's for Kamara, and he gets up, flicked on, and a goal! Offside! Offside given. The ball into the net. Danger signs there for Barnsley. That's twice they've taken that kind of corner. This time Kamara got the header to it. It was flicked on, and I think it was the flick on that caused the problems for Luton, because it put the men offside. Ball up, and this time Rammell adjudged to be backing in. And so a free kick to Luton. But the danger signs there for Barnsley. Just mentioned, you can't give sides like Luton all these free kicks in dangerous positions. Now the ball's not long. Dreyer turns. Rammell hard on his heels, and Dreyer knocks it out. Robinson of the Mark variety to take. And he's developed quite a useful one, and it's flicked on and headed out. Corner to Barnsley. Good flick on by John Pearson, trying to find Wayne Biggins. The defence through Salton was good enough, but it's a corner to Barnsley. And it's Archdeacon who's gone across. He chips it in, and it goes a long way across the area. And it's just cleared away, and Kamara does well. Rees gets it away, looks for Gray, but Bishop's across. Throw into Luton. Left for Linton. Gray gets a foot to it. It comes off. Archdeacon, though, throw in to Luton. And Linton to take again. Good head on by Claridge to Rees and plays it down the line for Claridge. It actually takes a deflection off a Barnsley player and it's a throw in, which Rees, Jason Rees, Welshington and under-21 international takes. Pearson, though, closing down. Butler. Headed by Biggins, looking for Mark Robinson. Back heel, but intercepted, knocked early. But Bishop well in on Claridge there. Throw in, though. Priest to take. And Priest turns inside Robinson, but has to turn away. And it's Bishop who catches him from behind. And again, there's pressure on the Barnsley goal. Luton staging a good recovery now. And another free kick in a dangerous position. Rees and Johnson are the two men on the ball. And it's a long, long one. In fact, far too long. And Butler comes off Pearson, and it's Luton who picked the ball up again through Rees. Forward to Claridge. And he gets it back to Rees. Live wire this player. Played forward, but Fleming gets it. And that ball is out, and it's a throw-in quickly taken, and Phil Gray cuts inside Mark Robinson, but Barnsley managed to clear it, but only at the expense of a throw-in. And it's Luton who are beginning to build up the pressure. And Claridge gets it back to Johnson, and the cross comes in, and Butler comes out and collects cleanly. And Butler's kick is headed clear, and Jamie Robinson gets it back to Lee Butler. Headed on by Pearson. That was a good header by John Pearson. And a free kick against Owen Archdeacon. And a little bit frustrated there. And it's quickly taken. Jamie Robinson gets it away. Owen Archdeacon, Wayne Bullymore, but a poor ball by Bullymore. And it's knocked forward. And Fleming gets it to Mark Robinson. Down the line for Wayne Biggins. Throw into Barnsley. John Dreyer, this experienced skipper, gets the ball clear. It's a long ball. Pearson's up. Priest gets it clear. Fleming in first, but Luton will get it. Bishop with a chance to move forward. Wide to Archdeacon. And he gets a deep cross in, and the goalkeeper's out and drops it, but he's able to reclaim it. Kick taken, won by Archdeacon. Biggins. Strong challenge, and it breaks to Claridge. Scored against Barnsley for Cambridge last season at the Abbey Stadium. Well broke up by Barnsley, but poor ball by Andy Rammell. They get it back through Redfern. Priest to Phil Gray. Dreyer plants it forward. Robinson wins it, but it's picked up, but a poor ball there by James, and it's a throw into Barnsley. Robinson, long throw. Biggins takes it down. Dreyer challenges. Throw into Barnsley. Long ball for Rammell. Controls it well. Not quite getting it there, and it's cleared by Luton, but Barnsley will have the throw in. Robinson for Rammell, and Rammell does well. Cross, poor cross though. Rammell beat Johnson comfortably. Fortunately, his right foot isn't his best, and the ball just ends up in the side netting. Ball breaks and Fleming plants it forward. Knocked on by Rammell. Dreyer's across and clears, throw into Barnsley. Robinson to take. Looking for Pearson. The ball goes all the way through. Long kick. The ball comes off Gray, but Fleming adjudged to be pushing into Phil Gray, and it's a free kick to Luton. Midway through the first half, and Barnsley still lead by Wayne Biggins's 3rd minute strike. It's knocked forward by Rees. Headed on. Redfern gets a foot to it clear, and the ball now breaks for Bullimore, and he plants it forward, but a little bit too hard. It was there for the taking, but he hit it too hard for Biggins. Wayne Biggins unhappy, but Barnsley build through Robinson, and a deep cross, and Archdeacon comes in. And how did Rammell clear that? In fact, Andy Rammell's given offside, but Andy Rammell cleared that as Archdeacon smashed it back across the face. It hit Andy Rammell 2 yards off the line and went back out. Petterson won though that time by Bishop again, but Kamara gets it forward to Gray. Fleming does well, and Mark Robinson chips it, and Rammell given offside. John Dreyer to take it. The Barnsley forwards not very happy with that decision. Ball played in. Pearson wins it, but it falls to Rees. Rees plants it forward. Mark Robinson gets it away. Kamara wide for David Priest. And his cross should be comfortable for the Barnsley keeper, and is. Lee Butler plants it forward. John Pearson gets a good header on for Wayne Biggins. Turns and gets a good cross in. Cleared out, back to Biggins, who leaves it, throw into Barnsley. Biggins winning the appreciation of the Barnsley faithful, and it is faithful in these days. Throw in taken, Pearson gets the header on, cleared away, it falls to Jamie Robinson. Phil Gray's in, but Neil Repford picks it up and finds Mark Robinson in a bit of space. Takes one on, but runs into the second. Throw into Barnsley. John Pearson coming across again. He's the big Barnsley striker. Gets the header on. Archdeacon trying to get a foot on, but it's Julian James doing well to David Priest. Steve Claridge, but he's shrugged off, and Wayne Bullimore does well. That's a good ball wide. Andy Rammell peels off and gets a good cross in, and John Dreher has to head it clear, and it's Barnsley's turn to mount some pressure. Archdeacon's gone across again. He dinks the ball in, and it's punched clear, corner to Barnsley. No pace on the corner, just a little dink. And the same again. The ball cannoning about, the goalkeeper gets a fist to it. Bullimore, though, gets a good cross in. Pearson scores! John Pearson, his first of the season. The big Barnsley number 9. 27 minutes into the game. And John Pearson latched onto the little chip cross from Wayne Bullimore to power the header home. And Barnsley have a little bit of respite, and for only the second time in this season to date, they score more than one in a game, and they seem to have taken a fancy to Australian goalkeepers. The first Australian of the season they played against was the Notts County keeper. They beat him 3 times, and already today, this afternoon, they've knocked 2 past Andrew Petterson. It must be said, on neither occasion can he be faulted, but Barnsley lead 2-0. David Priest, as Luton again strive to come back, cleared though by Charlie Bishop. John Dreher forward to Rees, and Rees brings in Kamara. Now Johnson. A lot of room in front of Marvin Johnson. He fires in the shot, but it's not a good one. Goal kick to Barnsley. Butler's kick. Looking for Pearson. Beaten this time, but Fleming knocks it back in, and Andy Rammell making a lot of good ground. The ball cleared away into the new East Grandstand, which is beginning to take shape rapidly, due for opening in 3 months' time. But it's Owen Archdeacon, and the ball cannons across, and it's hooked clear. And Archdeacon will take the throw in again. In fact, he gets the match ball back. And there are more balls again at the side of the field. But Archdeacon's throw in. Kamara gets it away, but only to Archdeacon. Comes pull across, but Fleming's there, and he heads it back. Linesman's flag, though, goes up. Archdeacon and I think Pearson. And the ball kicked Won by Rees, but Bullimore wins it, gets it to Biggins, and his ball's a good one, and Rammel. Owen Rammel fouling Johnson, the goalkeeper. Petterson came out, wasn't sure, but Johnson did well, and Andy Rammel, a little bit of a rush of the blood. And the referee having a strong word with Andy Rammel, because very fortunate really not to be booked for that. But there was confusion in that defence. Petterson downfield. Comes off Gary Fleming, throw into Luton. Must be said, although Barnsley lead 2-0, Luton haven't been out of this game. And Phil Gray, Wayne Biggins is back. To Mark Robinson, who does well. Dreyer, though, plants it back. The ball's up, and Archdeacon hammers it clear. And apart from gaining ground, he found a lot of space, made the defence turn, got Barnsley reorganised at the back. Kick taken. Headed clear, but Kamara gets it forward. Mark Robinson clears. Headed there by Linton. And Rees, at first I thought kept it in, but then he ran it out. And so Archdeacon to take the throw in. Headed on by Pearson to Rammel. Comes off Salton, throw into Barnsley. And for once, Barnsley have some breathing space. 2-0 up. Two differing goals of execution, but quality was there on both occasions. And John Pearson to Archdeacon to Bullimore. And he hammers a long ball, and Rammel's onside, takes it on his chest, gets the ball across, and a great goal! Wayne Biggins! What a goal! Andy Rammel got it back, and Wayne Biggins back-heeled it into the back of the net. 32 minutes, and that was a brilliantly audacious, cheeky goal by Barnsley. Andy Rammel did well down the flank, crossed the ball in, and although Wayne Biggins was facing the wrong way, the back heel sent it in. Barnsley 3, Luton 0, and only just over the half hour. Throw in again to Barnsley. Luton will now find it difficult to get back into this game. Ball planted downfield. No offside flag, and Linton has to clear. Long ball downfield as Barnsley come again, and John Dreyer gets the ball clear this time from his beleaguered defence. I think Wayne Biggins has taken a blow in the face. I think Biggins is the first Barnsley player to score twice in a match since before Christmas of last year, when Owen Archdeacon got 2 in a 4-1 win against Grimsby here at Oakwell. So, treatment given, throw in to be taken. Mark Robinson. Pearson gets it in, and a header by Rammel, but couldn't just get the power on it. It's cleared away. Comes off Claridge to Mark Robinson, and he knocks a good ball down, and at full stretch Johnson has to head it clear. And from what Barnsley have done previous this season, this is a revelation. Bullimore dinks it in, cleared by James and knocked clear, but Archdeacon and Fleming does well. Into Redfern, gets the ball back, gets it back to Redfern, but a ball slices off Redfern and they're able to clear, and good play that by Luton, and Priest knocks it down. Jamie Robinson though is across and he wastes nothing in getting the ball clear. Claridge, Priest, Cannons, and Jamie Robinson's across and clearing. Johnson to take, and a substitution already as Linton comes off the field. Scott Oakes comes on. Must be an injury. I didn't see an injury, but ball's in. Butler's out well. And Butler. Long ball headed on by Pearson, and a chance for, and it comes back to Pearson and over the bar. Biggins and Pearson combined very well indeed then, but the big man always better in the air, and he had a good chance there to make it 4, but in the end somebody halfway back on the Pontefract Road end takes the catch. Petterson won by Gray, but Archdeacon gets it forward. Kamara, Priest, forward it goes, and Kamara will pick that up again. Played forward, Claridge, Kamara, third time involved. Priest brings in James, fires in the shot, takes a deflection. Corner given. I think the referee a little bit unsighted about that, but a corner given. And Reese it is who plants it forward. The ball comes off the top of Salt, and Claridge chases after it. Does well, Steve Claridge, and then gives the ball away. It's going to be a throw into Barnsley out in Archdeacon, a long way to come across. In fact, the linesman, I think, wanting to take it. Archdeacon. Ball breaks. And the ball breaks across the field a long way. Robinson. And that clears his lines very well and gets to Rammel. Redfern. The ball breaks forward. Not forward, and now the linesman flag stays down. Petterson's out, and he'll have to smash it into touch. Nearly arrives up here. Mark Robinson to take the throw in. And Redfern, Robinson back to Redfern. Cross in, headed clear. Biggins picks it up, finds in the shot, actually hits a Barnsley player. Kamara tries to clear it, misses it, but it's cleared away finally by Dreyer. Bishop. Not a good ball though by Bishop. Pearson does very well. Knocked in by Bishop, and Dreyer has to come across, throw into Barnsley. Archdeacon headed on, and the ball breaks into the box, but only to Andrew Petterson. Long kick, well won by Barnsley, and the ball breaks to Redfern. Forward, but Andy Rammel couldn't keep on side. They certainly pushed up there, Luton, and there was no argument on that. Johnson to take. Inside the last 5 minutes of what has been a tremendous half for Barnsley. 3-0 up, and Archdeacon with a chance to build, and he sprays a superb ball for Andy Rammell. On the chase, cross comes in, breaks across the face, corner to Barnsley, just behind Wayne Biggins. Andy Rammell done a lot of hard foraging for this red side. And Redfern to take. Cross comes in, headed on, and Rammell just beaten to the ball, and it's another corner to Barnsley. Good defending there by James, because it looked for all that Rammell was going to head that in. And so Redfern to take the next one. The ball goes out for another one as Dreyer gets it clear. Comes in again. Goalkeeper does well, and Pearson backing in. And so it's a goal, free kick to Luton. The pressure relieved. Long ball, and Oakes and Archdeacon tangle. Bullimore wins it, hits the ball looking for Rammell, who got a good header on. It's cleared away, knocked on by Gray. Robinson a little there, but he wins it back, and Redfern does well. Bad challenge by Rees on Robinson, and the referee's book comes out again as Jace caught Mark Robinson late. And so, free kick to Barnsley. Mr. Lupton, experienced official from Stockton. And Jamie Robinson to take. Deep one. A very deep one. And it's thrown out. And Oakes being shut down, and Barnsley win it through Bullimore, and he finds a good one, and Petterson has to come as Bullimore looked to pick out Rammell and hits it early. He wins it, comes off Rees. Fleming's in well, but Priest now wins it. The line for Claridge. Claridge battling, but Bishop's battling even harder. Claridge thought the ball had gone out. Good play by Johnson, and he gets it to Rees, looking for Claridge. Robinson's over, into injury time. Claridge turns, goes past one, and then I don't know whether that was a shot that went askew or a cross that was behind the attacker, but Barnsley survive. Runs reminiscent of Steve Bull, Harwich. Long kick, looking for Biggins. Comes off Salton, and it's fired forward. Free kick against Fleming. He thinks he should have had the free kick, and in throwing the ball away, Gary Fleming, I think, is going in the referee's book. You can't do that these days and get away with it. The yellow card, dissension shown. And Oakes and Priest leaves it. And it's cleared by Pearson, and it comes to Neil Redfern. And as Neil Redfern comes away with the ball, Ken Lupton blows his whistle for what has been a highly successful first 45 minutes for Barnsley. They lead Luton Town by 3-0. 2 coming from Wayne Biggins, 1 from John Pearson. It augurs well for what could be an entertaining second half. Gets the second half underway, and Barnsley with the cushion of 3-goal lead go forward. It's cleared by Dreyer, headed on by Gray for Claridge, cleared by Bishop, throw in, and it's taken Priest to Johnson. Rees, and Rees gets room to get the cross in, and there's a chance, and it comes off the bar. Steve Claridge gets a header in. Barnsley very static at the back. Free header, no marking at all, and it cannoned off the bar. And so David Priest to take the kick, and Bullimore wins it, but it goes back to Priest. Comes across, and Claridge just can't get it, but Barnsley under pressure. Dreyer, and he goes past Bishop, but another corner. Scott Oakes has gone across. Dinks it in. Butler's come a long way, and that ball's back in the air by Kamara. Butler mishandles, and Salton nearly got in there, but just gets it over the bar. And Barnsley jittery at the start of the second half. Do they think? Have they relaxed? The acting skipper Lee Butler trying to rouse his men. Headed on by Pearson, but Dreyer pumps it forward, and Fleming does well as Butler beats Phil Gray to the ball. And Butler wants it down. Pearson does well. Archdeacon gets it along for Biggins. Inside to Bullimore, and down for Archdeacon. Good move. Cross goes a long way across, and in the end it's Rees, Jason Rees, who clears his line. But that was a lovely move by Barnsley. Good passing into play by the Reds. It's Redfern forward for Mark Robinson, who had made the run. He's beaten. The ball cleared by Rees. Claridge and Bishop battle, and the ball breaks to Kamara. He tries to bring in Claridge, but Bishop sends away Biggins. Cross comes in, looking for Rammel, cleared by Salton. Throw into Barnsley. Mark Robinson. Ball breaks. Redfern, but never troubling Petterson, that Neil Redfern. And Petterson's kick is met by Pearson, who heads it back. Salton gets it away, but only to Redfern. Back to Jamie Robinson. That's not a good ball by Robinson. Picked up by Johnson. Claridge to Rees, down. Robinson clears it a long way. Rees to take the throw in, and he does, to Johnson. Priest on the ball now. Turns. Neat little footballer, David Priest. And that's a poor ball, though, across field. And Archdeacon picks it up, and he sends a long ball, but the wind this time not holding it up, and it's cleared long. Jamie Robinson wins it. Breaks, though. Phil Gray tries the shot. Claridge is in. Good challenge by Fleming. Cleared by Mark Robinson. And Barnsley, apart from that one move early in the half, struggling to get it together as Luton have nothing to hold back for. They might as well give it a go, and they go forward again with Rees to Johnson. Comes inside. Claridge. Priest takes a deflection, wide, goal kick. In fact, it took a deflection off a Luton player. And Barnsley very quiet and subdued this half. And so they've not picked up the tempo. Luton trying hard to raise theirs. And if the header by Steve Claridge had gone in when it hit the bar, one wonders whether Barnsley could have been in for an awkward 45 minutes. Ball's played, and it's Andy Rammell. Beaten off it though by David Priest, and he fires it down, but the ball on the wind goes through to Lee Butler. And Butler's kick, looking for Rammell, who gets a good header on, and well covered by James, but it's a throw into Barnsley. Luton have reorganised at half-time. James has gone in at the right-back position, and they've moved Scott Oakes forward into midfield. Challenge there, throw into Barnsley as John Pearson goes down. It's thrown in, Biggins to Mark Robinson, trying to take on Rees, but Rees doing well. The ball cannoning off Mark Robinson, and Rees gets it clear. Headed up into the air. Bullimore gets a head to it. Bishop gets it away. Bullimore gets it down, but with the use of a catch. And so it's a free kick to Luton. James chips it forward. Bishop wins it. Priest will get that. Forward to Claridge. Back to Priest, turns away from Redfern and plays it wide for Johnson. To Rees. Back to Priest. Cross comes over. Pearson's the man who gets it, but Barnsley standing about. And Chris Kamara came in with a flashing drive, but it was well wide. Butler's kick, and it comes off Salton and Bullimore to Archdeacon down the line, and Biggins can't keep it in. Throw in to Luton, taken for Gray, to Priest, and wide for Johnson. The ball being played, the match being played in the Barnsley half. The ball's in the Barnsley box, and it's poor header by Jamie Robinson, and the Gray tries a shot. Mark Robinson though clears his lines, looking for Rammell, and Rammell holds it up well, gives it to Redfern, forward for Biggins, and wide for Mark Robinson. Good cross, comes to Archdeacon, and that's a corner. Archdeacon met that well. Good interplay down the right-hand side by Barnsley. And Owen Archdeacon fired in the shot, which cannoned off the defender and wide for a corner. Neil Redfern's gone across to take it. Pearson gets the header and tries the shot, and out for a goal kick. He got the header on, there was confusion, and the ball returned to John Pearson. And again we see his inability on the floor. And he put it wide. Flicked on by Gray. And a push by Claridge on Bishop. And it's a free kick to Barnsley. Jamie Robinson to take. Looking for John Pearson, and he's been grappled by the defender. Knocked down the line offside against Andy Rammell. Free kick, which James will take. He plants it down. Bishop does well. The ball breaks to Kamara. Gray, good challenge by Fleming. Ball breaks and it's Redfern. Wide to Mark Robinson. His control let him down a little there, and in the end he has to rush his clearance. And Dreyer gets it wide for Johnson. And a deep ball in. Archdeacon has to win it, does. And Redfern does well. Bullymore to Rammell. Good ball to Pearson. And Pearson wide for Biggins. Biggins inside too. And tries the shot, but over for a goal kick. Wayne Biggins had nothing on his mind there but a hat-trick. And his shot high and wide as the ball's taken. And Bishop wins it. Turns inside Claridge. Knocks the ball down, and I think Wayne Biggins was showing. Yes, the linesman telling the Luton defenders that it was the man in the middle. Andy Rammell this time had beaten the trap that Wayne Biggins was showing. As Dreyer fires it forward. Pearson wins it. Goes forward to Oakes. Kamara, Oakes. Cross comes in, flicked on. Mark Robinson, though, not a good header. And came off Neil Redfern. Free kick given. Indirect, dangerous play. Chip comes in. Cleared away. Robinson, Mark. Winning the throw-in. Noticeable that the Luton number 8 has changed his shirt this half. Hasn't got a sponsor on it. Chris Kamara, ball in, and it's knocked back by James, but straight through to Lee Butler. Butler. Will that beat Archdeacon into touch? No. And Bullymore had made a good run. Biggins as well. Oh! And the number 4 fouling Wayne Biggins. Darren Salton going into the book. Committed himself, and he goes into the referee's notebook. He becomes, in fact, the 4th player in a match that really hasn't seen a vicious foul to go into the book. Wayne Biggins okay. Makes his way into the middle. The free kick's taken and headed clear, but at the expense of a corner. James, who's gone back from midfield to the right full-back position with Des Linton's injury, got that one away. And the ball's headed on, headed clear, with the goalkeeper in no man's land. Ball back in, Pearson down, Rammell saved! Great save by Pettersson. It looked like Andy Rammell had to score, but Pettersson did well there. But Barnsley win it back. And the ball wide, and Biggins is onside. He's got men in the box, but will he need them? Fires in the shot, brilliant save! And the ball will not go in, it hits the bar! Neil Redfern hit the bar again. The ball's still in the Luton box, and now they've got chance. But Robinson gets the ball back, gets the cross in, comes to Biggins, brilliant save! Biggins looked to have a hat-trick all the way there, but that was a tremendous save by the goalkeeper. Corner to Barnsley. It probably could and should have been 4 by now. Comes in, headed clear. Kamara gets it away. Priest helps it on its way, but Bullimore picks it up, plays it wide, good ball. Redfern in acres of room. Dinked in. Goalkeeper's down. Petterson clears. Comes off Fleming. I think that'll go out for a throw into Luton. Taken Reese. Down for Oakes. Cross comes in. Comes off Bishop. Cleared by Archdeacon. And foul by James on Pearson there. Free kick to Barnsley. And Archdeacon down for Rammel, brings in Biggins, who tries to get... Oh! And Robinson nearly in there. The ball cleared. Don't think it was a penalty. Bishop having enough to beat Oakes. And Redfern took a knock on the face from Kamara, but so the referee stops play. It will be a throw-in now to Luton, and they take it. Reese looking to get the cross in. Butler comes and takes it and hits it early. But Dreyer plants it back and the ball breaks, but offside flag against Claridge, and so it wouldn't have counted. Good head on by Oakes, but Claridge had moved offside, and so Barnsley survive. And how Barnsley haven't gone further into the lead is beyond me. In that 2-minute spell, long ball by Archdeacon looking for Redfern. John Dreyer's across and he clears well. The ball breaks forward to Phil Gray. Jamie Robinson gets a foot in, but David Priest picks it up. He's got men forward and Phil Gray comes over, and that's a goal kick. Poor kick this time by Butler, and Pearson, the efforts of Pearson and Archdeacon can't keep it in. Well, James takes it down the line. Archdeacon this time gets it away to Biggins. Turns. Bullimore. Flag stays down and Biggins is on the charge. And the free kick given against Wayne Biggins. What I thought was 6 of one and half and doesn't of the other. The referee says not. Good header on by Oakes. And Bishop has to be alive and give away the corner. 16 corners in this game so far. Really entertaining. And from a Barnsley point of view, so far, very rewarding. And it's Oakes. And there it goes again to Kamara. But this time Barnsley get it away through Redfern, but only to Johnson. Wide to Priest, back to Johnson. Hammered forward. That's too far. Archdeacon allows it to run out. Goal kick to Barnsley. Butler's kick high into the air is met well by Sultan, and to Luton's credit, they're still trying to play some good football. Priest gets the cross in. Claridge again finds room in the box. And it comes, and now chance for, and oh, it's hit the post! Reese this time hits the post. Fleming, a poor ball by Fleming. Cleared away this time by Archdeacon. Won by Pearson. Good header by Rammell. And Rammell, has Rammell scored? No, it's a goal kick. Chris Kamara, experienced professional, been down at Oakwell with a number of sides. The latest, I think, was Leeds prior to Luton. That's another throw into Barnsley. Warren Godfrey warming up quite vigorously. A good header on by Pearson to Rammell. Tries to take on Sultan. Gets it back for another goal. Plays it to Bullimore. Ooh. Nearly in there, and James has to hook it into touch. But the excitement thick and fast here at Oakwell. Archdeacon, ball a long way across, and that is a foul for Barnsley for obstruction against Gary Fleming. Midway through the second half, and although there's been no more goals this half, we've had tremendous excitement at both ends. Barnsley have hit the crossbar once, and Luton have hit the crossbar and post. And it's Barnsley again trying to get in. Free kick, dinked in, too near the keeper. And he does well, and he gets the early ball out to Kamara. But that's a poor ball by Kamara. Owen Archdeacon. Pearson to Biggins. Not a good ball, and Johnson comes forward. Leaves it for Kamara, and now brings in Priest. Not a good ball by Priest. Robinson on the charge. Good challenge though by Sultan. Chance now for Luton to break. Oh, and it's a gift. Kamara though, beaten by Fleming. Poor play by Bishop. Left Kamara in acres and acres of room. And Rammell. Linesman flag stays down there. I thought at least two Barnsley players were offside. The linesman said no, but Luton get it and clear the lines. And Fleming gets the ball away. Luton still think they can get something out of this game. Oakes been quite useful since he came on, and the ball comes a long way. It's Archdeacon who gets it clear, and good play by Pearson, but Biggins trying to be a bit clever, and the ball comes off him for a throw-in. Quickly taken. Dreyer looking for Gray. Fleming wins it, but the ball comes to Reese. He fires it in early. Claridge, ball to Priest, and out for a goal kick. Kick by Butler, won by Dreyer to Gray, back into the middle, cleared by Bishop. I thought Kamara had gone offside. The linesman in a better position says not. He turns inside Fleming. Cross comes in, chance here, and Gray over the bar, but another good chance. Barnsley certainly missing Jerry Taggart at the back. It's a goal kick to Barnsley, and it's taken quickly. Archdeacon, but that's a poor ball by Archdeacon into touch. James to take it. Looks and finds Claridge, who brings in Kamara to Priest. Leaves it for Johnson. Johnson. Oh, and Robinson, I think, will be the 5th one into the book. I don't think there's any danger about Mark Robinson going into the book for that challenge. Very late. Yellow card shown to Mark Robinson. So Luton again have the chance to get forward. And as we said, they've contributed a lot to a very, very entertaining match. Andy Rammell gets the header and Lee Butler collects. Mark Robinson gets the knock on. Good play between Rammell and Robinson, and it's Biggins who has it. Good through ball. Bullymore wide to Robinson, tries to get the cross in, crashes off Salt and throw into Barnsley, but another good build-up down the right. And for the first time this season, Barnsley have actually tried to build things up rather than just pumping long balls. The ball breaks into the box and Priest hammers it clear. Good header by Gray. Powerful header, but it runs into touch, throw into Barnsley. And Phil Robinson not in any rush to get back. And Luton, if Barnsley win this, they will leapfrog above Luton. Oof. And Redfern fouling Rees there. Priest leaving the ball. I thought he was going to take it early, but he's left it. And Marvin Johnson to take. Luton is Johnson's only club so far. Priest gets the ball to Claridge. Claridge 160,000 buy from Cambridge, close season, 4 goals so far this, leading goal scorer for Luton. Ball wide to Oakes. Fleming gets the challenge in, gets stood back up. Cross though is a good one, and Jamie Robinson has to clear his lines at the expense of a corner. David Priest. They like this one to Chris Kamara. Good play by Mark Robinson, leaves it, and although Kamara thinks he should have had a corner, the referee says a goal kick. And a long kick by Butler. Good play by Johnson, strong play by Johnson. Long ball across field. Gray, but Archdeacon does well, and then loses out, and Claridge is in with a chance now then. Steve Claridge. Shot, I think deflected, corner. And Luton still trying to get back into this game as we enter the last 15 minutes with Barnsley 3-0 up. As Oakes to take it. Redfern meets it. And Bullymore tries to bring in Mark Robinson, does well. Good ball to Redfern. Redfern spreads it, but it's won. And so nearly caught there Barnsley, but Archdeacon gets it back to Butler. And Butler smacks it upfield. And Pearson and Salton battling, cleared, and there's an offside flag. And Bullymore to Robinson. Knocks it down looking for Rammell, and Dreyer has to give away the corner, and in fact the referee says free kick as the second substitution for Luton and one for Barnsley will be made shortly. And Bishop clears his lines, and 2 substitutions. And it's Jason Rees who's coming off, and Andy Rammel who's coming off. Brendan O'Connell comes onto the field. I certainly don't think Barnsley will want to give anything away now in terms of points. It's Claridge. Offside flag up. Mark Robinson to take. Looks for O'Connell. Ball breaks across the area, and it's knocked back to this keeper, and Peterson clears his lines, and Bullimore will have to get back on side, but the ball is played forward by Archdeacon, but Bullimore hadn't got back in time, and offside. Chipped forward. Cleared by Retford, but not very well. And Phil Gray, but ball comes back. John Pearson standing his ground, but strong play again by Johnson. And the ball cannons off him again. Julian James, but it goes straight to Lee Butler. Time now very much on Barnsley's side. I think it always was this half, but when you've not had a win in the at home, then you certainly look for the clock. Bishop to Fleming, and Fleming and Archdeacon called offside. It certainly wasn't Owen Archdeacon. I think it was Wayne Biggins coming back. And this Peterson knocks it down, looking for Claridge. Takes it down very well. Good play by Bishop. Concedes a throw in, but nothing else. And James. In to Claridge, to James, now to Matthew. Flicked on. Jamie Robinson gets it clear. A good header by Biggins, but O'Connell just couldn't pick it up. Johnson gets it back to Priest. As the wind just picks up a little. And Jamie Robinson across. It will be a throw-in. Marvin Johnson to take. Throws it to Claridge, but Claridge, I don't think was expecting that. Knocked back in, but straight to Lee Butler. And Barnsley, as the game just dying a little bit at the moment. 3-0 up, 10 minutes to go. And Butler looking for Pearson. Good header by Pearson, brings in Archdeacon. He gets the cross in, stabbed clear. And in fact, well played out of defence in the end by Luton. And Kamara breaking forward, but beaten by O'Connell. To Redfern, and Redfern does well to Archdeacon. Archdeacon down the line, and that's not going into the area. Cleared by Peterson. Long ball downfield, won by Gray, but Bishop gets it to Mark Robinson. And long ball, no flag, and Biggins will get it. Men arriving in the box. Comes to O'Connell, but Brendan O'Connell had stopped, caught on his heels, but that's a poor ball by Matthews. And Barnsley have the chance through Butler. to clear his lines. And it's cleared. Fleming in well. And again, the ball comes to Archdeacon, who plants it forward. But Luton through Johnson, looking for Kamara. That's Jamie Robinson across. Well inside the last 10 minutes. Still 3-0 to Barnsley. How the score stayed the same this second half, I don't know, with crossbars being hit, goalkeepers making tremendous saves at both ends. And it's Luton coming forward. Dinked in. Matthews has made a good run, stayed onside, gets it to Priest. Another chance for Luton. Shot comes in. Off the post again! David Priest. And Fleming on the charge. And he brings in Bullimore. Barnsley go from one end to the other. Cross comes in. Flag stays down. Biggins, great save. Will O'Connell get there? No, Dreyer beats him. Wayne Biggins again very nearly getting a hat-trick. And the Barnsley wanting to make a substitution. In fact, substitution going to be made. And it's Neil Redfern who's coming off. And Warren Godfrey to make his Football League debut. Came on as a sub very late in the game against Derby in the Anglo-Italian Cup. And Neil Redfern, who was very doubtful for this game until really the last moment, has come through 83 minutes worth. And I think Mel Machin thinks the job's done. And it's a corner to Barnsley. Archdeacon goes across. Archdeacon's cross. It's cleared away by Priest. Knocked on by Gray. And they push out. And Bishop fires it wide for Biggins. Tried to bring in Wayne Bullimore, but the two Waynes don't quite hit it off there. And it's a throw-in. John Pearson back, still working hard to Biggins. To Bullimore. He's beaten off it, and a long ball down looking for Claridge. Bishop stands his ground. Throw in, though, to Luton. It must be said that Luton really do deserve something. They've hit the post or crossbar 3 times this half. Matthews. And is it that the luck is changing for Barnsley? They've hit the post and crossbar so many times this season. And today they've gone in. And it's with Oakes. And the ball cannons off Robinson for a corner. And then that's the 20th of the game. Barnsley have had 11 and Luton 9, so it shows how the ball's back in. It's Pearson who hacks it clear. And Bullimore tries to get it down, but is shrugged off it by James. Down for Claridge. Claridge. Throw in, which Claridge takes to Matthews. Into Priest. But O'Connell shrugs him off. And finds Biggins with a good ball. Biggins on the run. Good shot, good save again. Now Priest comes forward in room. It's got beyond the Barnsley midfield. And acres of space, but Bishop does well. And Bishop goes tearing forward. And he fires it wide for O'Connell to Godfrey. And the attack slows back to O'Connell. And he beats the man. And it's a deep cross. Pearson's in, but it's saved. And there's a man laid flat out. I think it's Julian James. The referee's whistle went there straight away. And Barnsley with just 4 minutes now to survive. And so play resumes, and Pettersson has it. 3 minutes remaining plus injury time. There'll be 1 or 2 stoppages this half. Bishop does well. Although breaks down, but it's broken away, and it's O'Connell again firing it wide. Will Biggins can't just quite manage it. He's sticking out here on the left, Wayne Biggins, this half. A lot more. And it's knocked by Pettersson. Priest flicks it on. Good ball into Gray. Phil Gray, as has a lot of the Luton forwards, been very in the game an awful lot. The cross comes in, Butler's out, parries it. Gray's gone down injured inside the 6-yard box. He gets up, has to be offside. It's a goal kick to Barnsley after all that, but Gray had to be offside. The referee saying, are we having treatment? No. In fact, the referee telling Gray he's got to have treatment. He can barely stand up, he's rocking all over. Quick draw, Butler. And Barnsley with the goal kick to take. As we enter the last minute of normal time, but there's quite a bit now of injury time to play. And Biggins gets it down to O'Connell. O'Connell's cross, but that should be met, and that is Godfrey gets it. Good play by Warren Godfrey, and wide to Mark Robinson. He chips it down looking for Brendan O'Connell, who gets it. And gets it back to Mark Robinson. Warren Godfrey. And a good offside against Brendan O'Connell. Good play by Warren Godfrey, but O'Connell not reading the line. And it goes out. Free kick taken. But one back by Barnsley. Dre, though, smashes it across field as the game now dying away. Barnsley 3-0 up. Fine first half salvo. Ball in, Biggins. Pearson tries to keep Biggins going again, but he can't. But Barnsley win it back again. O'Connell to Robinson. Biggins still running as though he wants this hat-trick. It's probably the best home debut I've seen since David Curry's some 7 years ago against Ipswich, when Barnsley, although on the receiving end of a 3-2 defeat, David Curry scored 2 absolutely fabulous goals. And Wayne Biggins today has scored 2 classic goals of differing nature, and a good shot just past the post. Goal kick given again. Luton think they should have had a corner. As that ball by Gray flashed past the post for it, deep into injury time. A minute already played as Butler's kick finds its way through to Biggins. He's wide to Archdeacon. Back inside to Biggins, to Godfrey. And forward, but the linesman's flag's up for offside against Bullymore. And what a midfield Barnsley have got out at the moment as the referee's whistle goes for the end of the game. And the score ends Barnsley 3, Luton Town 0. And it's Wayne Biggins, the Barnsley number 7, who's the star of the show on his home debut. 2 goals. And Barnsley run out 3-0 winners. John Pearson, with his first of the season, gets the other one. And my word, it's been entertainment, and Luton must go away from this and think they've had the Barnsley voodoo on them, because they've hit the post or crossbar 3 times in this second half, although of course Barnsley too have hit the crossbar this second half. But it's Barnsley who run out 3-0 winners down here at Oakwell.